as a person, a believing Muslim, repents to Allah, they are no longer considered unchaste, evil, or anything of that sort. So if they have wronged themselves, the women or the men, they need to return to Allah and look to find the halal, the appropriate way, the appropriate locations, the appropriate methods for finding that person, not these places.
It's never too late. So even if he's did that, he's had the VIP card for all the nightclubs. She's had, you know, the guy who's taking her all the nightclubs and another guy taking her there and all these other things. We're not going to get into the details. Allah is the most forgiving. She stops right now. He forgives. Is this correct?
Absolutely.
Okay, we talked about this and I hope you get to benefit, and we're doing this out of the love. Here with Imam Spendeem. Tell us now, for the brother, these who've gotten a little past that, he's fasting now. The brother is not married, but he's not kicking it at a nightclub. Shaitan don't got him there. He's fasting, mashallah, you know, but he's still not married. Something is holding people. We talked about in the last show. This is the real deal. I come up with brothers and look what time it is. It's like 2 years, 3 years past. If brothers, you get married, I asked them this question 3 years ago, and the brothers, make dua for me. I mean, I'm making dua for him, but can he be doing something a little bit more? Can he be a little more enthusiastic about it? What are the harms of keeping you? Because I honestly think, look, Shaitan keep you away from praying, huh? And sure, definitely, you started praying. He doesn't want you to get married, does he? Because there's so much good that can come out. Can they be tricked a little bit by the Shaitan, procrastinating for so long? And I don't want you brothers to live another 10 years. And when I see you, say, but look, brothers, still make dua for me. I want you to be enthusiastic about this after the show. Give us some advice, Imam.
That's absolutely correct. Actually, if we boil down the different issues of being hurt, of stress, of sadness.
We're trying to cover it all.
All of that in its core is really fear. Mm-hmm. There's fear within these individuals that's preventing them from taking that step.
Can I get a shot or something to get them away?
Definitely. Give them a shot of Iman.
Iman, yes.
You know what I mean? Let them accept it. And that's the thing. They have to make that active decision. They need to, if they're making dua to Allah, they need to then allow Allah to guide them in the right direction. And part of that right direction is looking to have clearly what you're looking for, and then looking to get the proper methodology of finding that person. Mm-hmm. Get your family, your friends, perhaps even the imam or the masjid.
That's what we need to hear. Yes. So you talked about get your family involved. The imam at the masjid. Give us...
And these things, honestly, when it comes to the cultures of different Muslims, these are some of the conflicts that take place, because normally in the countries back home, it's something that a lot of times there's still people that their parents are deciding for them who they're going to marry. Okay? When you come to America or you go to some other countries, you got to understand that this is a melting pot.
Yeah.
And so we need to really open up our minds and our hearts to what is Islamically permissible of avenues for us to follow. And it comes to using the imams and benefiting, for example, from the Islamic centers, from the Islamic schools, when it comes to, for example, different Islamic classes that may be given, when it comes to even the internet. And one of the awesome things that just recently started up, which I really recommend that our brothers and sisters look to take advantage of, is an awesome project that Sheikh Yasser bin Jas has come with. Yeah. And from what I know of him, mashallah, I expect this to be something that's going to be awesome and is going to be very beneficial. The website is www.practimate, practimate.com. Yeah. And in this, he's got a service which takes you literally like life coaching from beginning to end for the stages of helping you, especially if you're a practicing Muslim, somebody who wants a practicing Muslim, to be able to achieve that, to get the goal done.
So we need to put forth the effort. We need to be encouraged. We need to be excited, and we got to be out there doing the work, like anything. She's not just going to come, knock on your door and say, hey, I'm here, marry me. It's not going to work like that, is it?
Unfortunately, that's the mentality back home, especially on the woman's part, that she's got to sit home and that somebody's going to come knocking on your door. Wallahi, the time, by Allah, the time has come that we need to really be proactive. If you are not going to be proactive in your life in that which is most important to you, if you're going to just leave it to others, then how in the world are you going to be able to expect really a meaningful, deep, fulfilling relationship? So it's not shameful in Islam that, for example, the father, when he knows his kids and he knows his daughter and he's in the community, if he spots and recognizes a great candidate for his daughter from what he knows of the person, of having seen him in a masjid and attended different functions and having an opportunity to really get to see the core of what this person is, their quality, their personality, to approach the guy and say to him, look, my man, I got my daughter who is of age to get married, and I don't know what your situation is and all, but if you're looking to get married, let's talk. Or a brother, for example, if it's that he's the wali, if he's the guardian, instead of the father, for example, if he's not present, he's passed away, whatever the case is. Or for the brother himself. For the brother himself to be active, to look to go to the masjid, to attend some of these Islamic classes, to find out from maybe his sister, or his sisters, or his aunts, or his nieces, or whatever the case is, to be able to really be just as eager and as ambitious in trying to find that person as they would be for anything else.
Get on the ball.
Get on the ball, run with it, man.
And this is something very serious because zina, that's a major sin. Zina meaning, how would you translate it? Fornication?
And adultery.
This is something that's major. We don't want to get close to that. We want to be far away from that. And safeguarding your deen, your way of life, the way of life from the creator of the heavens and earth, that's the marriage, isn't it? It's protect yourself from getting in this trouble.
That's definitely one of the aspects and purposes behind marriage and of the benefits. That it protects you from having to do anything of what you would normally have fulfill you and satisfy you within the marriage, to find it outside of the marriage. And again, this is one of those aspects of when you are going to get married, that you want to make sure that when you marry the person, they have a proper understanding of intimacy and sensualness. It's unfortunate that culturally, so the way that excuse me, our sisters have been raised to understand this issue of intimacy as if it's a taboo, as if it's a wrong. It's as if it's this, unfortunate act that just has to happen, hurry up and get it over and done with. And therefore it leaves a lot of unfulfillment within the man, which causes them a lot of the times to want to find it in other avenues. So yes, Islamically, marriage is supposed to protect us and safeguard us from it, but at the same time, when you're looking to get married, don't check to understand to see that the other person understands things correctly and that they're really looking to submit themselves to what is within Islam, even though culturally and in their upbringing they may have had a different view. Then it may be that this is going to be one of the major points of stress within the relationship, which can cause problems.
We talked about benefits, we talked about importance of marriage. Man, this is such a vast topic. We're going to be dedicating, and we're going to have you back again. We're almost out of time. Imam, tell us now, that did the companion of the last and final messenger, Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, Omar ibn Khattab, did he, when he would find a single man, what would he say to him? Did you come across it where he would ask him, he wouldn't be pleased, he would say something in the sense, are you married? And if you weren't, he would give him a little hard time. Can you comment on this?
Well, that's true. Why? Because the Sahaba, the companions and the disciples of the Prophet Muhammad, may Allah's peace and blessings be upon him, and may Allah's mercy be upon his companions and disciples, they took the sunnah, the teachings, the life application of the Prophet Muhammad seriously. So for them, they didn't pick and choose and say, well, we're going to give this a number 10 priority and make this a number 1. They took it all seriously, especially when the Prophet ﷺ would use the term, فَمَنْ رَغِبَ عَنْ سُنَّتِي فَلَيْسَ مِنِّي, that whoever desires other than my way, that he's not from me. For them, that was a major red alert. Like, oh, something is definitely serious here. So when they saw somebody looking or not actively partaking in that which is a clear teaching, a command within Islam, then for them that raised red flags. It raised red flags, and it was something to be cautioned about, something to question and see why, what's happening.
What's up with that? Why aren't you doing what the Prophet told you to do? You're still 3 years later.
Especially because in Islam, marriage is supposed to be a simple process.
We're making it difficult nowadays, aren't we?
We make it too difficult. We're torturing ourselves. We are giving ourselves migraines. We're putting conditions upon ourselves and upon each other to a point where in certain countries, people cannot get married because of the monetary cost of them having to set up all of these different things, of the dowry, of the mahar, of the gift, and of a fully furnished apartment, and of this much money and gold and jewelry, and so on and so forth, where people have to literally try to get in debt, to be able to meet those circumstances. And imagine what happens now after a person has literally gone off on a limb to do that. And when they get married, and they don't find within that person, because they didn't do their job, what they were looking for, they don't feel satisfied, they don't feel fulfilled, the letdown.
Encouragement to run, to after you view this show, call your friend, call the imam, tell them, look, I just watched. Iman Spendim and Eddie on the Dean Show. I'm excited. I need to get married. I want to do it the right way, according to how